Alright, so I am pretty much just making this video out of kind of like frustration. I've been working on this real estate agent achievement in Terraria for a while now, and every video or any walkthrough I've looked up has been just wrong and not up to date. So I'm just gonna make this video and show the all the NPCs and how to get them. So let's get to that. First things first is the guide. The guide will show up literally when you start the game. He's this little fucking asshole right here. Once you start the game, he'll be there, so you don't have to worry about him. Next one is the merchant. The merchant only shows up if everyone in the world has 50 silver. If you have 50 silver and an open house, he will just show up. Right, so you just need the silver, and then fucker will show up, and then you can start buying shit from him. But I'm gonna show you what he looks like. He's kind of like an old man. I have these NPCs all over the place, so here he is. The next one is going to be the nurse. The nurse will show up if you have. I've heard more than 100 health. I've also heard other places where it's like you have to have more than at least 200, but so you have to have more than default health. I don't know if it's 100 or 200, but to get her, you need to have more than the default health, and she heals you. Next up is the demo. Where is this asshole? You may notice all these fucking mushrooms. I'll get to that. Where's this motherfucker? Is this him? I can't even tell if that's him or not. I thought Bofton, I thought it said Bofa. So the demolitionist, you need to have explosives in your inventory. If you don't have explosives, he won't show up. You just need to have bombs or something in there, and that's all you need. If you have an open house, he'll show up. Next up is the dyer. So the dyer is, I mean, I never use him. He's kind of a useless NPC. All you need is you just need to have dye on your person, or the ingredients required to make dye, and he will show up. And he looks like this guy. Next up is the angler. So the angler shows up in the ocean biomes. He's this little asshole right here. He makes you do all the fucking fishing quests. So if you're trying to get achievements, you're gonna probably already know who this guy is, and you're probably gonna fucking hate him. He spawns apparently on the ocean biome. He's usually sleeping in front of it. That's where I found him. What's next? That's next. Okay, the zoologist. So the zoologist is this like furry lady. She got like a tail and shit. For the zoologist, you need to have at least 10% of the bestiary completed, which is like your where is it? Is it not in here? It tells you like what the enemies are and stuff. You pretty much fill that out as you kill stuff, and just roam around the world. It's, creatures discovered. She's this lady. Looks kind of like a wolf, like a tail and shit. Next up, Dryad. So for the Dryad, apparently, from what I've read, you just need to defeat a boss. I killed the fucking Eater of Worlds, or Brain of Cthulhu, and she normally shows up. She's the lady who with the green shit on her. Where the fuck is she? Oh, she's right here. I poured some shimmer on her, so she looks all like demonic. But she's the like druid lady, and there's a blood moon. That's fan-fucking-tastic. Who's next? Painter. It's the one problem about not having an organized fucking system for your NPCs because I have no idea where half these motherfuckers are. I think he's over here. But for the painter, you need to have 8 other NPCs recruited or just living in your world. Pretty easy. Some of these guys, you just need to have people in your world and they'll just like show up. Where the fuck is he? Oh, Luigi the painter. He's over there. So I'll just show him real quick. These guys are gonna have different names and stuff, but they'll all look pretty much. I think they'll look the fucking same, regardless of what their name actually is. Apparently, that asshole's over here. What the fuck? Oh, here he is. He's got like overalls and shit. Next up is the golfer. So the golfer is found in the underground desert. So these are the assholes who are just going to be really hard to find now. Because some of these guys just show up when you have a certain number of NPCs. Some of them show up after beating like beginning bosses and shit. Golfer, you have to find him. He's this dude. He golfs. He's just chilling in the underground desert. And you gotta find him wherever that was. I searched all over this motherfucker looking for him. And yeah, he's just a gigantic pain in the ass to find. But, you know, they do get worse. There's a lot of worse ones. Arms dealer. He's the dude who kind of looks like a vampire. He wears like all black. Kind of edgy. For him, you need... Where the fuck is he? I think he's over here. Yeah, he's right there. I see him. For this guy, you just need a gun or ammunition. Alright, it's gotta be ammo. Can't be arrows. You gotta have like a firearm and a weapon, or an ammunition. Flares don't count. Tavern Keep. Now, apparently, the Tavern Keep shows up after the Brain of Cthulhu or Eater of Worlds has been destroyed. He's one of those assholes where you just gotta find him, like, wherever. I didn't find him until, like, I was halfway through getting this achievement. He just kind of was randomly by our base. He's this big guy right here. He's also what can give you the crystals to do the events. Now the stylist. Where the fuck is she? Is that the stylist? Who the fuck is the stylist? All these... Iris the stylist. So for her, you have to find her in an underground, well I guess, yeah, underground spider cave. I don't know if the spider caves can even spawn above ground, but spider cave, that's where you find her at. And I'll actually show the location where I got her at. I know this is all going to be different for each individual world. But I pretty much got really lucky, and I found her dumbass, like, right here. Wait, no. I think it was right here. Was it right there? I don't even remember where I fucking found her. But it's a spider by a cave. There's gonna be a lot of fucking spider webs and shit. Really annoying. That's probably gonna be the most annoying NPC to find if you're going for this quest or this fucking achievement. One of the most annoying NPCs to find. Good luck finding her. She's a cunt. Next is the goblin. Now the goblin is also a cunt to find. I got really lucky with him. He spawns in the cavern lair after a goblin invasion. So good luck getting a goblin invasion to happen. You just need one to happen and complete it, and then find him. He's in the cavern lair. Good fucking luck. I don't even know what that means. That's what I read on like the wiki and shit, is that he's in the cavern lair. So I'm assuming that's like probably like down here or maybe right around here, like lower mid area. Next is the Witch Doctor. So I originally thought you had to beat Plantera to get the Witch Doctor, but you don't. You just have to beat a bee, one of the bee bosses, the Queen Bee, and then he shows up when you have an open house, and you could, you know, buy shit from him. Next up is the mechanic. Now she's pretty cool because you can buy like traps and mechanism shit from her. Is this even her? Yeah. So Autumn mechanic. You find her in the dungeon, like the dungeon. You know, like the one that's on the one side of the map. Where the fuck is my dungeon? I found her a long time ago, but yeah, she spawns in the dungeon. Party girl. Alright, so Party Girl is an interesting NPC because she's the first NPC, or the guide, if you will, on the drunk world, if you know what that is. But she spawns in after 14 other dudes have been recruited to your world, and she just has a random, apparently it's like a 1 in 40 chance of her showing up every morning. She sells a lot of weird shit. She can change the music, a bunch of nonsense, balloons and stuff. Pretty cool. I like the confetti gun. So, but yeah, you need 14 others for her to be recruited. All right, getting towards the end here. Next up is the wizard. So I'm gonna show you where he's at. Some of these NPCs I have dumped shimmer on, which is like the little pink shit that can change items and shit. If you dump it on your NPCs, you can actually change their appearance, which I thought was pretty cool. That's why my dryad looks like a demon. I was just testing shit out. But here's the wizard. He looks like a, I forget what game it's like, but it looks like kind of like a dude from like Final Fantasy or something. The little wizard guy. I think it's Final Fantasy. I'm not even sure. But you have to find him in the cavern lair. Again, another cunty fucking NPC to find because, you know, cavern lair doesn't really tell you a whole lot. I think it's somewhere around here in like the bottom-ish areas. I could be totally fucking wrong though. Next up, the tax collector. Where the fuck is he? He's over there. I'm like running back and forth for all these NPCs. Probably shouldn't have put fucking jungle shit right there, and I'm getting those fucking anteaters. I fucked this world up. So tax collector, how you find him is you need to be on hard mode. Some of these NPCs you have to be on hard mode. I did not mention which ones. You can get them all in hard mode. That's pretty much what I ended up having to do for most of them anyway. But yeah, he's a specifically a hard mode guy. Dwyer, he's kind of looks like Ebenezer Scrooge. To find him, you actually have to go to hell. He is in hell. That's where you find him, which is pretty fucking fitting considering he's a tax collector. But you find him in hell. He's a tortured soul, and you gotta throw this powdered dust at him that you can buy from the dryad. It's purification powder. If you're like a summoner or like a wizard or something, or you use like summons, don't. You know, make sure you have no summons on you because since he is an enemy when he spawns, your summons will most likely kill him before you can throw the dust in his eyes, and then you have to keep looking for more tax collectors. So he is the tortured soul. If you see him in hell, throw the powder in his eyes, and then boom, talk to him. You got a tax collector. I don't even know what he does. I think he like collects money or some dumb shit. Alright, Truffle. Truffle's cool. I like Truffle. He's probably one of my favorite NPCs because he's a mushroom. If you've noticed, I am in an above ground mushroom biome, which is an achievement on its own. You gotta plant mushroom shits to get the above ground mushroom biome. Truffle, normally he's blue. I poured the shit out of him and turned him red. He sells mushroom shit and blue dye, which you could use to, you know, terraform the jungle into above ground mushroom biomes, which I did over here to test it out. He's cool. Again, you need to have an above ground mushroom biome and a house in the above ground mushroom biome for him to spawn. You cannot build a house in the underground biome because he just won't show up. He likes to be above ground, I guess. So that's the only requirement for him. So pretty much for him to spawn, you just need to have like, I went overboard. You don't need this much mushroom shit. I just thought it looked really cool. I think you need like about 100 blocks of mushroom shit, and then he shows up, and I build a house out of mushrooms just to be sure. And then next asshole is the pirate. I don't know if you have to go find him. All I know is you have to, he shows up after the pirate invasion. After the pirate invasion, if you have an open house, he should just move in. So I don't think you need to do any other special shit for him. Next up is the steampunk, and since I'm not planning on editing this, I am not gonna go all the way over there. As you can see, all my NPCs are fucking spread out as shit. She's right over here. She wears like a hat. Doesn't really tell you much, but yeah, she's a steampunk. How you get her? She spawns after you kill any mechanical boss. So again, another hard mode fucking NPC. Um, yeah, I don't know why. Oh no, because I was fucking hunting for Mr. Bones or whatever the fuck his name is, Dr. Bones. I built a house right there. But yeah, she spawns after killing a mechanical boss. If you have an open house, she'll just move right in. And then the cyborg. Now this is where all the other videos stop being fucking helpful, because they only mention these 24. Alright? I don't know how if it is like this on console, because I am on PC. But if you are on PC, you need 25 NPCs. You do not. It is not 24. None of the videos have been kept up to date. So the cyborg, he moves into your house if you have an open house after you defeat Plantera. Now here is the part where I got all pissed off because I had all these NPCs, but I wasn't getting the fucking achievement. I spent all this time hunting down all these assholes, and I got... What did I get? I got fucking dick. That's what I got. But here's what you gotta do, right? So once you have all of those NPCs, you gotta build another house. Alright, you have to have an empty house after you've already collected all the assholes I listed off. So all these fucking shitheads. Once you have all those shitheads and an open house, fucking Tiara, the fucking Terraria princess, will show her fucking face, and then you get the achievement. I will fucking, let's see, where is it? Because I do have it. I fucking looked all over the internet, could not find an answer until I saw a fucking random ass Reddit post about it. Yeah, real estate agent, have all the NPCs in your world. Alright? Again, you need 25. These 3 don't count because they're animals, but yeah, all these assholes, you need them to get the achievement. If you don't have the princess and you have all these other assholes, just build another house, she'll show up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you found this helpful, thank you for watching.